Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. So I want to make sure I cover every time zone. So right now I'm based in the Philippines.
Sorry, Jen, can I just point one more thing? Sorry, I thought to interrupt. Please, everyone, just make sure that your microphones are muted because there will be a lot of feedback if microphones are on. Just make sure that your microphones are muted. Unless you're called upon to ask a question, you can unmute. But please make sure that all the microphones are muted. Thank you. Go ahead, Jen. Thank you.
Okay, all right. So there. So again, I'm Jen. I'm from Cypher Learning. I currently take care of the global operations for EdTech, and I'm also doing trainings for all of the Neo users and Matrix users worldwide. So it's nice to meet all of you. I've met half of the team last week for the admin session. So, and then today, this week will be for teacher training. And I understand, I think it was Renee, you're in the US. It's kind of like 5 a.m. for you over there.
Actually, it's 8 o'clock right now where I'm at. I'm on the East
All right,
Coast.
yeah. So I think, because last time we were talking about someone who will be at like 5 a.m.
Yeah,
Time zone.
that's California. I think someone from California would be at 5 a.m.
All right.
Yeah,
And
Candace is
then,
in California. She's 5.
oh my God, that's so early. For me, it's kind of like 8 o'clock p.m. So this is kind of like how amazing technology is. I'm in the future, by the way. For Renee, I'm in the future because it's already like Monday evening here and your Monday morning. So you can be assured that despite the pandemic that we're experiencing, so Monday evening is gonna be there later for you. So I'm kind of like in the future for a few hours. All right. So for today's training, so we will be covering quite a few things. So this is going to be for like 3 hours. I hope you're ready for that. If there's a need for you to have like a short break, please let me know. So we will be covering, like what Mazen have mentioned, we'll cover the basics of Neo LMS. We'll start with the portal navigation, okay, getting ourselves familiar with the teacher dashboard, the portal pages, the navigation bars, and all of those stuffs. And then we will also cover content management. That includes creating of classes or subjects or courses. So it depends on uh, what we are going to be using. But creation of classes, like what Mazen mentioned, all of your subjects or your courses will be created for you by the LMS administrators. But for general information, and for your general knowledge and practice also, we will be starting with how you can create your own classes in Neo. Then afterwards, we will try to add lessons. We will be adding text, photos, images, videos, and probably record your own video and your own audio. And then we will also be creating different types of activities that would include creating of quizzes, and different types of assignment, like open-ended type of assignment, essay, discussion forums, all of this stuff that makes learning fun and enjoyable. Like what Mazen mentioned, I'm also a teacher and I've been using the platform for the past 10 years already, and almost all of the features of Neo I've already tried using in my class. Especially now, this is going to be like really, really useful for all of us trying to make our classes more engaging, more appealing and attractive to the learners, because this is kind of like the struggle of a lot of teachers right now, because most of the schools will be doing online classes. They need to make sure that the attention of the students are there in the lessons. So, like for example, here in the Philippines, not all schools here are used to online classes. So I've been doing a lot of kind of like trainings for them, crash courses on how to make learning online fun. All right, I think I saw someone raise their hand right away. Is there someone?
Uh,
Yeah.
that's Shahid.
Uh,
Yes, Shahid. If you have
yes.
anything, please go ahead.
Hey, how's it going, Jen?
Hi, Shahid.
I just wanted to say that our teacher trainers, you had mentioned, certain basic setups. So we've already kind of gone through the basics with them just to give you that background. So if you want to go a little bit faster in that part, don't be afraid. That's all. They've already been on the platform. They've already experienced setting up pages and Microsoft Teams integration. I'm sure they're going to want some additional help and guidance and stuff like that. But in general, they've kind of gone through the basics, so don't be afraid if you speed up through certain parts. That's all.
All right, thank you. So I'm gonna start with kind of like letting them know of the platform navigation, and then let me know if you've already covered that, so we can move forward to the next part. Because I also did kind of like a little bit of exploring on what they have done in the platform. So I saw a lot of teachers already have created some courses. I'm not sure if it was created by the admin or the teachers created it, because there is a teacher with 11 classes already here. And then some teachers, they don't have classes yet, but they're kind of not online right now. Or there are also teachers who are online, but they don't have classes yet. So probably you'll go a little through that a little bit. And then let me see. I'm kind of looking. So some of the teachers, they've created classes but no lessons yet. Is that right? So I can go through the lesson part.
No, so what we've done is we actually used a different sample account for them to practice on, not the school's account. So even if the school has set up an account, they had a different one. But all of them have basically set up a class and then made a lesson and then added pages to it, added a debate. So they have.
Shahid,
yeah.
Shahid, Jen has been added to that platform. She has an admin account on the platform. She's looking at the trainer platform as well. But I don't think that all teachers did go through and create classes, because I've seen in the comment box that someone has commented that they haven't been on the platform. So if I would suggest that we go, it's like in kind of like a normal pace, a fast pace. But if someone has a question or thinks that we're going too fast, to please let us know. And then Jen would reduce the speed of the training again to the normal pace, because I don't want anyone to feel that they are not getting any valuable input or feedback from this training session.
Thank you, Mazen, and thank you for setting up for Jen as well. I appreciate that.
All right.
No, anytime.
All right, so let's get this started. I was gonna say let's get this party started. Okay, let's get started with this. So if you are online, if you have your browser right now open, kindly go to the teacher trainer platform. I'm gonna start sharing my screen. Yeah. Okay. So kindly go to teachertrainer.neolms.com and log in using the user ID that was provided to you previously, or the user ID that you've already used. So I'm also logging in as a teacher. So I have like an admin account, but Mazen, I created a teacher account so that I'm on the same page with the teacher. All right. Okay. So here, if you probably notice when you first log in the platform, there's kind of like a welcome pop-up box that you see. So that's also kind of like a pop-up box that's created by admin to guide you as a teacher on how you can get started using the LMS. So this is kind of like a guide. There's a link to the help section and how to update your account, how you can enroll in a class. You're probably wondering, why do I need to enroll in a class? But teacher can also enroll in courses. So if your school, say ACA, creates a course for teachers for professional development, then you can all enroll in that class, right? So if you don't want to see that pop-up box again, just click cut it, thanks. Or if you want to see that again, click show me next time. All right, and then When you log in the platform the first time, what you are seeing is a blank page for the teacher dashboard. So the first page that you will see when you log into the platform is like, that's the teacher dashboard. That's your landing page. So in the platform, okay, we have several sections that I'm going to be mentioning every now and then. So I'll start with the top right portion of the page, which is your profile page. So you have your own profile page here. Okay, later on we will talk about how you can start setting up your profile. Let me just walk you through what you can see in the teacher dashboard. So you also have, same, beside your teacher profile, you'll have your search area. So you can search for any keywords here, courses, people, students. So you can use that. You also have access to the help section. Okay, so when you click on the help section, you get to have access to our online support forum. So if you have any technical questions in the coming days or in the future while you're using the platform, you can always reach out to our support forum, or to me, or to Mazen, or to Basil. So our support forum is available 24/5. The response time is about 15 to 30 minutes, sometimes even faster than that. So you can post questions here. You also have access to the general sections or the general tab where you can read on the topics here that talks about the features of the platform also. The teachers tab, so you also have access to that. Okay. Of course, TAs, if you have teaching assistant. All right. And then how-to videos, we also have that. That's part of the top right navigation bar or top right navigation. And then calendar, so we have two types of calendar. One is a general calendar that you see at the top right of the page. And then inside the course, inside the subject, there's also a calendar, which we will also look later. So the calendar, when you click on the calendar, you get to see all of the activities that's happening inside the platform. Okay, your courses and your classes will also be there. You get to see it also whenever something is already created. So the activities that's happening inside your class automatically goes to the calendar. If you create a lesson, it goes to the calendar. If you create any assignments or assessment, it also goes to the calendar. If you want to create manually events or reminders for you, general reminders, so you can also set that up in the calendar. It functions like a normal calendar when you click on it. So manually, you can add any activities. So for the calendar within the course, we will talk about that in a little while. So beside the calendar, you also have your notification area. So any notifications, announcements made by the LMS administrator goes through the notification area, and you get to receive it also. And then we also have, aside from the notification area, we have the messaging inbox. Okay, so here this functions like an email, so you can send a message to anyone in the platform as long as they have an account here. Just click on the message box over there and then click new message. So in here, if you don't need to know the email of the one that you want to send a message to, just type in at least the first two letters on their name that you know, and then you can already send them a message. So for example, I'll type MA, so the platform gives me a drop down of the users who have MA in their first name. So I have Mariam here, I have Maya, Eduardo Martinez is also here because he has an MA in his name, and then Manal. So all of those who have MA, you get to see it here, and then you get to choose who you want to send that message to. You can also send group message if you want to send group message, or bulk message if you want to send bulk message. All right. We also have the CC function and the BCC function. So once you've created your messages here, you click send, it goes through their inbox in the platform, and they will also get a notification in their email that a message has been sent to them. Okay, so you can kind of try how to, you can kind of try this in a little while, right? And then going back to the home page, you also have your calendar widget here, okay, by month in the left right part of the page. That's your right navigation. A to-do list. So whenever you create an assignment or an activity and there is a submission, so the platform gets to show you a to-do list, assignments, you know, the number of assignments that you need to check. So this is kind of like a reminder to us that we need to check all of the activities that our students have already accomplished. And then the announcements, you also get to see that in your right navigation area. Upcoming events. So there is also an announcement. So the upcoming events, this was announced by the LMS administrator. That's why you're seeing it here in the upcoming events. And then suggested groups. So you can be part of this group's suggested group. If you want to become members of these groups, you can join any of these groups. Okay, so that's just the right navigation area. Now we move to the left part of the page. So in the left navigation area, you have the teaching tabs. You have 3 tabs here, a little bit to the left. So you have the teaching tab, you have the groups tabs, and you have the news tab. If you click on the news tab right now, okay, so you get to see announcements over here. So you get to see some announcements here. So if an announcement is posted, you get to see it in your news area. Okay, and then in the left part of the screen, left navigation bar, so you have the home tabs over there. You have the classes tab. So when you hover your mouse over classes, you get to see all of the classes that you have created. The groups tab, catalog, to see the catalog of courses that's available in the platform. Users tab, so you get to see who the administrators are, your students, parents, teachers. Well, if you added friends, because you can also add friends in the platform, so you get to see the list of your friends, the parents of your students, and then list of students that are not your student. So, and then this one also serves like an area for you if you want to send, for example, a message to another teacher. Just click on the teachers tab, and then you get to see the list of teachers. And when you select a teacher, okay, you can send that teacher a message. So just put a check mark in the checkbox over beside the name of that teacher, and then click message. Then you can send that teacher a message. Or you can bulk select them and send message to everyone. So you can do like bulk sending of messages also. And that's part of the left navigation bar under users. Resources area over here. Okay, so we have 2 types of resources, or 2 places for resources. This one that you're seeing outside of your course is the general resources area. Then we also have resources inside the course that's meant only for that particular course or that specific subject. So in the general resource area, so you can click on the favorites tab, and you get to see items that you put on favorites or the resources catalog. You can also look at the uploaded files in the platform. So when you click uploaded files, you get to see files that has been uploaded or files that you have already uploaded. And then catalog, when you click on the catalog, you get to see all of the courses, including the content, like what's in that particular catalog. So you get to see here lessons, you get to see competencies, you get to see assignments or quizzes that is made public by any user or teacher who created that particular activity. You can also add resources in here. Okay, when you click add, so hover your mouse over resources and try to click add. So when you click add over here, these are the type of resource that you can add. You can create a badge. So we have a badge creator, which we will discuss in the gamification part. You can create class template. you can create a content template. But then again, I think all of the classes will be created for you. But in the future, if you go to like a direction of teachers being able to create their own classes, so you can use this part. So for grading scale, this will also be configured for you. Question bank is something that probably might want to look at, because you can create your own question banks for quizzes and make it available for everyone, for other teachers to use if you want to share them. So all of these you can add from the resources area, including rubrics. You can also add that. Okay, be good so far. Reports, teachers can also generate reports, and we will be discussing this in the coming days. So you can also create your own report, but the reports that you can generate, it's only reports about the classes that you're handling and the students that you're handling. All right, so going back to the home page, a teacher dashboard, I'll give you, I'm not sure if you have already configure your profile, but you can configure your own profile here. So when you click on the profile, on your profile name over here, this is where you can edit the information about yourself. So you can click edit. What you can edit in the platform, in your profile, depends on what is allowed for us teachers to be able to edit. So for example, okay, again, in your teacher profile, once you click on it, you'll be directed to your teacher profile page. So in the right part of the screen, on the right part of the screen, there's an edit button. Okay, so click edit, and then here you can edit information about yourself. You can add your profile picture if you want to change your profile picture, and then add the description about yourself, change your password, edit information about you. Okay, so the information about yourself that you can edit depends on what is allowed. So in your actual Neo instance, you probably won't be able to edit the other fields that's in here right now. So you can also set your social media account if you want. You can configure your social media account, so you also have that. And then in the left part of your profile page, okay, you still have some tabs over here. For example, okay, right now we are in the profiles tab. So in the settings tab, when you click settings, so these are some of the settings that you can configure in the platform. So audio notification, display of calendar, display of suggested group. So you can enable and disable this. Your social media account, if you so decide that you wanted to share your social media account to other users of the platform, you can also configure your social media account here. Just click edit over here, and once you click edit, you can just key in the URL or your social media account ID for each of the platform. Okay, and then under miscellaneous over here, you can choose what you want to be the default home tab. Is it the dashboard or the newsfeed? So this is like when you log in, do you want to see your teacher dashboard where you see all of the subjects that you're teaching or all of the courses that you're teaching, or do you want to see the newsfeed? Some teachers are choosing the newsfeed because they want to see announcements right away when they log in. Some teachers are also choosing the dashboard because they want to see the courses that they are teaching once they log into the platform. So this is entirely your option. Okay, and then over here you also have automatic log out after specified minutes of inactivity. So as a teacher or user of the platform, if you want the system to auto log you out at a certain at a specified minutes of inactivity, you can choose from here. So these are your options. So you have from 1 minute to 60 minutes, 1 hour of inactivity. So you can choose from here. This is also, I highly recommend this, especially if we are sharing our device to other people. So in a school setting, if you're using the device from the office or from school, then I suggest that you set up an automatic log out at certain number of minutes. So just in case you forgot to log out, the system logs you out automatically. So that's entirely your choice. And then you also have the language setting. You can choose the language that you want to use in the platform. So this is for you. It will not change for your student. This is for your personal view. Okay. So aside from the settings, okay, you also have the privacy tabs here. So you have options whether you want other users of the platform to be able to add you as a friend, to see you online, to appear online to students, to enable and disable chat requests, and to not appear in searches. But the searches is only for when students are searching for you. If you disable this, the administrator can still search for you. So you're only invisible to students and other teachers. Okay, so these are your privacy settings. We have also an awards tab because, as mentioned earlier, as a teacher, you can also be enrolled in a course, and once that course is gamified, or if that course is gamified, so you also get to be receiving points and badges. So you get to see them here in the awards area. Also, the certificates that are awarded to you for a professional development course that's set up in the platform, you also get to see them in the awards area. You can also write your own blog in here. Okay, if you want to create a blog, save photos or upload photos if you want to upload photos here. And as mentioned, if you want to add friends, you can also add friends. There. Okay, are we good so far in the profile setting? So let me know. You can try setting up your profile just so you can try it. We have 3 hours for this session, so if you want to try and set up the profile just to see how it works, you can do so. Any questions so far?
Jen, we had few questions
Sure.
on the chat board. Let me try to go through them, and 1 second. So the training, the support is Monday through Friday, correct?
Yes.
For teachers, not 24/7. Okay. So for the communication function, the news function is not only students and teachers, you can also communicate with parents, correct?
Yes. Oh, for
Yes.
the teacher to parents?
Yes.
They can send messages to each other.
Yeah. For the email function, it's only for users who are in Neo. You cannot send an email to someone who's outside Neo from the platform.
No, yes. Only those who have an account in Neo and who's only those who has account in Neo, and then they will also be prompted, they will also receive a notification in their email if an email is registered also in Neo.
Okay.
So for those who do not have an account,
students...
it's not kind of like an email. Oh, go ahead, Mazen.
No, yeah. So I think it's clear. So the email has to be registered in order to receive an email. Since we're using single sign-on in our platform, by the way, everyone, we are using single sign-on, which means that your username and password, your email username and password, will be the same as your Neo login. So once you go to the official platform, ACA platform, you will see login with Office 365. So you will log in with your user email and password, and it will take you directly into the system without having a separate username and password for Neo. The other question, Jen, is students can send messages to teachers and admin. Is that correct?
Yes, if allowed by the admin. That can also
It's allowed by the admin.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, Maya, there is an app that you can download on the phone. It could be used by parents, students, teachers, and administrators. It's called Neo LMS. Someone had a question about the question bank, how easy it's to add questions to the question bank, and so on. So this, I think, you will cover during the assessment session, right, where you add assessment.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. All right. Let me check any other question.
There's a question here about the language.
Yes, that's the last question.
Okay, so when you change to Arabic language, it only changes for you. So for your students, it doesn't change to anyone else. But for the students, they have to change their own language so that they also see it in Arabic. This is also cool. I've tried the platform in Arabic before. Okay, so it should also change some of the translation.
Yeah, it actually changes. I've tried it before and I've seen all these names in Arabic. I'm wondering why it didn't change for you here. I've seen a teacher also change that.
It's so this should also change in there.
Here, yeah.
I think
it's showing
why.
and not showing.
No, it's because I'm translating.
You have translation.
I think if you go to the main page, the dashboard, and you scroll all the way down, it lets you change the language.
She has translation enabled on her browser.
Oh. That's why now I disabled it. Because I also had, I did a demo before for Arabic school also, and they asked me to demonstrate the platform in Arabic. So for 5 hours, I've been demonstrating the platform in Arabic. That's why I'm also I got used to seeing also the platform in this area. So it's translating for me. That's why.
Great. So it depends on the user. If a user sets up their platform in Arabic, they'll see it in Arabic, while other users will see it in the language that they choose. There's a question from Maya, from Iman first. This platform, the one we're logging in, is the teacher trainer platform. This is not the official ACA platform, so your email, user account and password will not work here. Once we change it to once we give you the access to the main ACA platform, I mean the Neo platform for ACA, the official one, you will be able to log in with your username and password, same as the email. Maya asked, will parents receive different accounts than students? Yes. Definitely in upper elementary, middle, and high, parents will have parents' accounts. Actually, the whole school, all the parents will have parents' accounts, even for KG. I think below grade 3, grade 2, and below, they will not be logging in as students. Students will not be logging in as students. Parents will be logging on their behalf. But in the upper grade levels, both parents and students will have accounts. One parent each parent will have only one account, let's say, and they will be able to see all their children within that account. As a parent, if I have 5 children enrolled in the school, each in a different school, one in Hawali, one in Salmiya, one in boys, one in girls, they will see all these students under one account. They don't have to switch account as a parent, even between campuses. Okay, and that's it. Any other questions? Please feel free to raise your hand if you have any other questions, so we can address it now. If not, I will ask Jen to continue.
All right.
Okay, Valerie has a question.
Sure.
Valerie, could you please go
So
ahead?
I just wanted to confirm, afternoon, you said that student accounts start with third graders.
Yes, currently because our email accounts start with third grade and above.
Okay.
Now, students will have accounts, but I'm not sure they're going to be used to log in. They'll be using it to log in. At the lower we go in the grade level, the parent role is more emphasized. The parent will be logging on behalf of the student, showing the student the home assignments, homework, logging him into, let's say, Teams. So I think this will be, you know, as the younger the child is, the parent role will increase. But they both have accounts, but I'm not sure that they'll be using it as a child, let's say in grade 1 or KG. It will be such as, you know, using Class Dojo, where the account is with the parent and they're seeing all this information. Okay.
Here, there's
Okay.
another question.
Will parents will see the teachers on the same page, or they need to access the teacher page? Iman, what do you mean? As a parent, what?
I think
sorry, I muted myself by mistake. As a parent, when I log in.
Yeah, I mean, like for KG department, for example, the parents will access the account and they will see the Arabic and the homeroom teacher on the same page, or they need to go to the homeroom teacher's page. They need to go to the Arabic.
Yeah, they will see the you know what, I can share my screen for a second and I can show you what a parent would see. Jen, I'm going to share my screen for a second.
Sure.
Okay, so can you see my screen, everyone? Okay, so this is a parent account. As a parent, when I log in, I have two children, one in elementary, one in middle high. If I click on my this child, I will see the classes they are enrolled in. Let's say they're enrolled in math and painting. If I click on math, I'll see all the details of this class that they're enrolled in. I will see their teachers that are teaching them. I can see the resources, the calendar of this class, the assessment of this class, the assignments, news, and lessons. So this is all can be seen by the parent. It's like, so they would see the details of the child, everything for the child. They don't have to be switching between different accounts to see. Okay.
And then the teachers, they will also see when they go to users. So they get to see the list of teachers also. Yes, I think one of the questions is, yeah. For the
Maya's asking, would they see grades? Yes, they will see grades as well.
If enabled by the admin, they will also see.
If enabled by the admin. I think, yeah. So I think till now we haven't decided to disable that feature.
Now, will all units be available to the parent, or will they open up and become available as we progress? By units, these are courses?
Yeah, as a drip content, maybe, Jen, or parents will only see the units which are available for the child. If as a teacher you only have only unit 1 shown, they will only see unit 1. As soon as you open unit 2, they will see unit 2. Same as the students. The only units that you decide to show will be available for parents and students.
Okay, and then another question is progress through the year. Progress in the lesson, yeah. They will see how the students are also progressing in the lessons that they're accessing. So, and then also if mastery and competency is enabled in the platform, parents also get to see that. Interesting. Will parents be given a training to show them how to access the platform?
I think Mr. Shahid will be able to answer that. I think yes. Shahid, could you please comment on Ring's question?
Yeah, so I'm in the process of preparing training modules for parents on the basic features of the Neo platform. If they need, it's probably, I mean, they should be able to navigate it without having to receive a hands-on, actual training. But that's something that can be thought of if we can have maybe a member of IT or someone just give a basic features training. But the module itself online should take them through the basic features. So yes, I am making a training for them. Whether or not they'll receive person-to-person training depends on how efficiently we can train them online. But they are having a training module made for them, parents and students.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. Any more questions?
No, but I have just one comment, Jen. Just I'm gonna let them know that since we've divided the portal into several organizations, middle school, elementary, KG, and all of that between campuses. So a teacher in Hawali Boys Campus can only see the teachers in Hawali Boys Campus, let's say elementary, even at the department level. So an elementary teacher in Hawali Boys Campus can only see teachers and students for only elementary Hawali Boys Campus. You cannot see teachers in NEO for, let's say, Hawali Girls Campus girls. So you cannot see that. So it's only per department, per organization. It's divided that way. So we can also limit the students' access to other students in different accounts. So if someone in the boys' campus will not be communicating with someone in the girls' campus. So it's been set up that way to segregate it also between boys and girls. We didn't want to create it as one platform or at the same structure, because it will cause some issues between communication between boys and girls. So we had to do it that way. All right. So you'll only be able to communicate with teachers at your level.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Last question, I think, from Ziring.
Yes. Are we going to keep this platform even when classes resume in person? That decision hasn't been taken yet. However, it's a good platform for keeping, the way that you structure your courses, the content information being sent home. It's kind of, an assistance in learning. I think Shahid can comment, or Mr. Butati can comment on this further. Muhammad, I don't know if Muhammad is there, but Shahid, do you want to comment on that part? All right. So I think probably they're not here at this stage. We can get back to you on that, Zuring. But I think, yes, it might be continued to be used in the future. Jen, please go ahead.
All right. Okay. So now we move forward to, thank you for those questions. It's actually, it's very good that they're asking because we need everything clarified. All right. So now we move to content management. So this is actually where your work will start as a teacher. But we will start like what I've mentioned, or what Mazen mentioned earlier. Classes will be created for you, but then for the general knowledge of everyone, we will also start creating. We will also teach you how to create your own class. And I could see that most of the teachers have already created their own classes. But for the sake of those who haven't created or tried creating their classes yet in the platform, this is how we will do it. So there are two ways by which you can create it. I'll share with you the first one. Okay. Once you log in the platform, the first page that you'll see is your teacher dashboard, and there's an add button a little bit to the right over here. Okay. So there's an add button over here. So you can add classes from here. Or in the left navigation area, when you hover your mouse over classes, there's a pop-up window, a pop-up box over here, and there's also an add button. So you can add classes from here or add from this page. So that's two of the ways by which you can add your classes. So either of the two will work for adding classes. So let us try adding classes from the teacher dashboard. Let's click add, top right part of the page over here. So if you are,
Jen,
yeah.
I think your screen is visible to me, but I think that some users are saying it's not visible. Chantal, can you see the screen? Could you please give me a thumbs up if you can see it?
Let me share that again. Right there. Can you see my screen now?
I can see it. Yeah, I think yes, they can. Please go ahead.
Okay, yay. All right, so moving forward over here. So try to click add. So if you are using two screens right now, or if you're also navigating together with me, just click add over here. And then there's going to be a pop-up box with 5 options. So let me discuss these options one by one, and then which one are we going to use. So the first option is class. So you add a class. This is your live class already, where students will be enrolled in their courses and where you can put all of your content. You have a class template. Okay, so you can create a class template, kind of like your master copy of your class, and then you put everything in there, and then you add your courses or your live classes can be taken from the template as an existing class, which is the last option over here. So we also have learning path, which we will discuss in the coming days. So a learning path is kind of like when you put together all of the courses or subjects that a particular student would need to take in a year or in a semester. So you put it in a learning path, and you get to see how they're progressing in all of the subjects that they are taking in that learning path. Okay, so for now, for the purpose of this training, we are going to create classes. But again, let me reiterate that classes will be created for you by the LMS administrator. So when you use your actual site, once you log in there, so right away in your dashboard, you will see all of the courses that you're teaching, and then you'll just click on them and start adding lessons and content within that particular subject. Okay, so you click class over here, and then the next pop-up box that you will see, you have 2 tabs over here, overview and options. In the overview tabs, this is where, in the other name, this is where you get to type in the name of the subjects that you're teaching. Okay, so this is where you get to put everything. Just the name of your subject. So the naming convention depends on the policy of the school. So I would suggest that you have a standard naming convention so that it's easy for teachers and for students to identify the class. So all
yes,
of the
thank
classes.
you, Jen. We will definitely be sending out the proper naming convention. Well, since we're creating the courses, the naming convention is gonna be created, but we're gonna send it out for teachers so they know how the courses have been named.
All right, that's perfect. And then also in the style part, so we have 3 styles over here. So this is the delivery style of the course. So we have instructor, blended, and self-paced. So instructor, this is the usual delivery of the class that we do before, the whole pandemic happens. This is the traditional way. All of us are in the classroom and we're delivering the classes in the classroom, and then we are using the platform as a supplement to our classroom classes or our classroom session. So I think the question earlier on whether to keep the platform even when you're doing the face-to-face class would probably help with this explanation. So most of the schools using an LMS, okay, they use the LMS as a supplement to their classroom teaching. So the class is conducted largely in the classroom, but some of the activities or most of the activities are done online. Like they create online quizzes, they use the platform for the students to submit their assignments instead of, the usual paper and pencil assignment or paper and pencil activity. So they use the platform feature in assignments to create their assignments and submit it here. So it's kind of like paperless also for everyone. And then they use also the platform for grading as their digital class record, so they can use the platform for that. For hosting and uploading the content, the handouts, reading materials for the students, learning materials for the students, videos, they put it here in the platform. So you use the platform as a kind of like a one-stop shop for everyone. So they don't need to open too many windows or too many kind of like URL or browser or pages or websites just to have access to all of the resources that you want the students to open. So you can put everything in the platform so that when they open the platform, everything is there for them. Okay, so that's for the instructor style. So, and then we have blended, which is a combination of face-to-face and online. So some of your class sessions are done inside the classroom, and some of the class sessions are done online using the platform. It could be synchronous or asynchronous session. So synchronous is when all of you together are online at the same time. You know, classes are happening as if it's happening, same thing that's happening in the classroom. Or it could be an asynchronous session where you upload everything that the student needs to access, including activities, and you let them work at their own pacing. And we have the third one is self-paced. So this is like fully online. So the difference also between the three, for instructor and blended, you will notice we have here the start and end date. Okay. So you have the start and end date of the class, which also means that your activities, your assessments will also have deadlines, start and end date. If you choose self-paced, then totally the students can start and end at their own pacing. It's going to be like any time. Also, assignments and assessments will not have a due date, because anytime they can access it, they can start answering it and finish it. So for now, I think we'll try. Let's do blended so that we have like a date. I'm not sure if it's going to be blended or self-paced, Mazen?
Yes, it will be blended for us. All our courses will be blended.
That's good. Okay, and then over here, so you can also select the subject category for your subject. Okay, you'll probably be asking, what if my subject is not there? So we have other. So we have a category here. It's called other, but we can also create other categories. The LMS administrator can create that category for you, and then you can configure it inside your course, which we'll also look at later on. And then for grade levels, we have K-12 until higher ed. So if you're teaching, say, grade 5, that will be grade 5 to grade 5, if that's only one level. And then for the options tab over here, you can add additional information about your course, the course code, the section code. You can add grading period, term for higher ed, and then semester, and then credits. So these are all options for you. Okay, so after configuring, the access code. So the access code for the information of everyone, although I think your students will be added already in your respective subjects or courses. But in case in the future, access code is also, it's a system generated code, automatically generated when a class is created. This is like an 8-digit code, which we'll see later. Because some of the schools who's using NEO, instead of the admin putting the students in the classes of the teachers are giving the access code to the learners so that they can register themselves in each of the courses that's assigned to them. So this is an 8-digit code, and this is how it would look like. When we click save, right away an access code is created. Here, click save. So in the right part, is my access code over here. No access code required. Let me just edit that. That's require an access code. Yes, there. Okay. So once an access code is created, or the subject is created, in the left part of the screen over here, okay, you get to see that 8-digit access code. which is given to the learners who will be enrolling into this particular subject. So what the learner will do when they are given an access code, just to demonstrate to you, once they log into the platform, they get to see their student dashboard, and they get to see an enroll button over here. So they will click enroll and type in that access code, and automatically they will be enrolled in that course. You can also do it as a teacher if you want to enroll in your own course, just so you can see what's happening, like how the students are seeing the platform. Then you can also enroll in your own course using the access code, and if you will receive a notification, you are now enrolled in that particular class. So that's how that works. Okay, so let me just go back to this part. All right, so you have here, so this is what you will see as a teacher. Okay, so you get to see a real-time activity that's happening in the platform. So it says here, teacher Jen viewed lessons overview, or enrolled in English class, or I also created in English class for grade 10. So these activities will be visible to you as a teacher. So any student enrolled in your class, when they start accessing your lessons, you get to see what page the students are in at that particular time. So real time, you get to see it. So if you have a lot of students accessing, you get to see this scrolling down. Okay, and then in the tiles area, there will be like an indicator also of the activity that's going on. Okay, so later on you get to see that. All right, now in here, this is the page now where you get to add your lessons. If you are a new teacher in using the LMS for the first time, after creating a class, you get to see right away a step for you to follow over here on what to do next. Okay, so it says here add lessons by clicking add at the top of this page. So this is where you add the lesson. So the hierarchy would be, you have the subject or the course. Inside the subject, you have the lessons. Inside the lessons, you have sections. Sections is composed of pages and assessments. Okay, so that's our hierarchy. You have questions here?
Yes, Jen, I think we have a question in the chat box, and there's someone who raised their hand as well. Let's see who raised their hand.
I think it's from Mohammed.
Nicola. Nicola, could you please ask your question?
Hi, thank you. So I just want to check. So ACA is going to create our classes. So I'm elementary. So there would be a class for maths, a class for English, a class for social studies, and one for science. Then that access code, will that be for the whole year? Or, you know, because you can put your time frames there. Or are we going to have to create lessons or a class every week? Or are we going to use those classes for the whole year and then just the lessons individually? I hope that makes sense.
Yeah. So, Jen, may I answer this one?
Sure.
Yeah. So, Nicola, no. Courses. The course itself will be created once a year. The classes themselves will be created once. The students will be enrolled through you. You will not be using this access code because students will be already enrolled in your class. This is only a demonstration, just in the future, teachers are allowed to add courses like extracurricular or after school or something. This is the way that you could do it, and could give those access code to students who you wish to enroll in this class. However, for our ACA scenario, this will be created. Everything will be created for you. There won't be any access code because all students will be directly enrolled in the class itself. And so when the class is created, you just add units within the class, one for math, one for English, one for science. It will be different classes, and it's going to be entering the details or the units in every one of those and the students are automatically, because they're enrolled in that class, they can see all the units within that class as well. Okay, is it clear?
Okay, thanks. Yes, thank you.
Okay, Mohammed, you had a question. Sorry, go ahead, Jen.
Yeah, for Mohammed,
Yes.
yeah. Go ahead, Mazen.
Yeah, I think I got answer from you, Mr. Mazin, because this is no need for the teacher. I think you will create this access code for each student. So correct?
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. This is only correct. This is only a demonstration in case in the future you'd require.
Yes. When I put the question because when I followed the same when I create a lesson, it came here on the left side, no access code record in the place of she made here access code VNUR, but at the same place I got no access code required. So I got some confusion why didn't come the code.
Okay, I don't know. That's for you, Jen. Could you please answer if you have?
Sure. Yeah. So when you created the class, there should be over here. Okay,
Yeah.
an option for the access code. So this should be enabled. In case that you enable this and then you didn't get to see it, inside that particular class, you go to admin, over here, left navigation bar, go to admin, and then go to basics over here. And then under settings, okay, you can edit the settings and enable access code from there. So edit and then click, just if in case that you saw that the access code is in it says no, and then just click yes, so that access code is going to be generated. So once you do that, you get to see the access code.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So once were you able to generate the access code already? But there's another question, I think. Okay. All right. So moving forward, so now this is your class. Before we start creating the lessons and the content, let me walk you through what's in here so that we're all familiar with the navigation of a course or a class. So the same with your dashboard, you have the right navigation area. Okay, so in the right navigation area, you get to see activities that's going on in your class. And then you have the admin area. So teachers also have kind of like an admin part. I can't remember if we are allowing this in the teachers, Mazen, but yeah. So in this part, you get to see
the admin part. Sorry, Jen, is it where they can create grade scales, weights, and all of that?
That's right.
No, this will not be enabled for teachers. This would be enabled only for the database admin, which is student information system admin, Manar, Fatma, and Reem. They will be configuring all those for the teacher. So this won't be available for the teachers.
Okay. All right. So in case that's the configuration, then you get to see announcement after the activity, and then in the left navigation area over here, because right now the admin part is still enabled, but then since everything will be configured for you, so you won't be needing some of this in your actual platform. Right. So over here, the dashboard part, this one is going to be like fun for teachers. I'm suggesting, if I may suggest, that this be enabled for them, because inside a subject, teacher will have their own subject dashboard where the teacher can see how many students are enrolled in their class, how many lessons they have already created, how many assignments are there, the average grades of the student if we're using the grade book, okay, news that has been posted, how many groups are there, how many visits in their course, and if there's a mastery enabled, then you get to see the mastery as well. Please allow me very quickly to show you how it would look like in a class when I'll just show you my class so that you get to see the dashboard, because the dashboard is a kind of a really good feature to be enabled for teachers. So the teacher gets to see the analytics of each subject in one page. So the teacher gets to see that. So for example, in my case, right over here, let me just choose the other one here. So my dashboard inside my course is showing me how many students I have. So I have 35 students. I have 14 modules or 14 lessons created, and I have 13 assignments that I have created in my class. Create distribution. The news feed is also being shown here in one page. And how many groups I've created in a class, as well as the number of visits per week. This is on a weekly basis. Okay. Okay, so there's a comment here that it would be good to have this dashboard. Yes.
Yeah, we definitely dashboards will be enabled. We're not removing dashboards.
Okay, so this is like what's happening in my class, and this is also kind of like serves as a shortcut to your module, to your lesson, aside from seeing them in the left navigation area over here. So this would be kind of like a good statistics or analytics area for the teacher. Right. So I'll be moving from this teacher training to my own class so that you get to see how the platform would look like when you're actually using it already. Just to use my class as an example, would that be okay? All right. So
yes,
now,
yes, that would be perfect. Please go ahead.
So now we go back to creating lessons. This is where our task as teachers will be like exciting. So once a class is created, so once you log into your portal, so you get to see all of the subjects that has been created for you. Then you start creating the lessons now. So once you click on a class, the landing page will be the lessons page, and then here it says to add lessons, click add at the top of this page. So this is where you can create the lessons over here. So just click add. That's besides analytics. Click add over here, and then there will be two options for you in the pop-up box. So it's either you add a new lesson or add a copy of one or more of your existing lessons. So in the future, if you are teaching the same course, all of the lessons that you are creating in the platform are actually saved in the resources area, in the library area. And then if you create a different batch of a class for a different batch of students, but same subject, you can actually use the same lesson and just update it. It all goes to the library. Okay, so let me show that here in my class. So if I add a lesson here, okay, and I go to library, it shows me all of the lessons that I have created in the last 10 years. So this is kind of like 10 years of database for me. So all of the subjects that I have taught in the past 10 years, all of the lessons are here. So if I want to use any of those lessons, I can also like filter it either by subject or by keyword. So for example, there. So it shows me all of the lessons that I have created related to business ethics or something. So the system is keeping all of it for you so that you can use it in the future. Okay, but if this is, for example, the first year that we're using the platform, and this is the first time we're creating the lesson, just click new to add a new lesson. Okay, there's a question here. Can teachers independently create and share modules across grade levels? So you can make your lessons available in public, like per organization. So there's a personal and private and public option for you. So if you want to share it, yes, you can share your lessons also. I would suggest, if, for example, two teachers are teaching the same subject, then you can collaborate and share lessons with each other. Right. So over here, this is where you can add the main topic for your lesson. So imagine your lesson plan. So you have your main topic and then you have your subtopic. So you'll have that hierarchy for your lesson. So for here, you type in the main topic. So for example, grammar. This is kind of like the just an example topic. Okay, so over here, you type in the main topic and then you can put a little bit of a description about that particular lesson. I would suggest that you add a description to the lesson so that you get to see, and so that your learners or the parents get to have an idea on what that lesson is all about. At first glance, they get to see right away, also this lesson talks about this. So you can just, add description here. Just a short description. And then the dates, we will talk about the dates in a while. So date is kind of like, if you have specific dates when you want the lessons to be accessed by the learner, so you can specify a date as to when that lesson will open automatically for the learners.